Okay, hello. This is going to be a reading for Ian Somerhalder. Please ignore anything you hear in the background, it's just my dog. So I guess first of all, let's get into kind of like what kind of person is he? What kind of person is Ian Somerhalder? What kind of person is he? What's he like as a person? He struggles with like relationships ending, like the end of career moments. It can sometimes, I get this feeling that he can be quite emotional, and he doesn't like saying goodbye. So he struggles with relationships ending, with moments in his career, ending, such as, a role being over, a TV show being done. He doesn't like a lack of stability in his life. So I think when career, especially, when roles end, when TV shows end, it leaves him feeling unstable in his career and just in his life in general. He likes travelling. I think he wishes he could travel more. Or that he had travelled more when he was younger, before he had kids. Well, a kid. I think he only has one. He's not happy when he doesn't have a steady income. He really is not. He really struggles when he doesn't have money coming in steadily. It's almost like he just doesn't like the feeling of instability, or like the feeling of everything. I guess the feeling of not being secure. I get this feeling of that, like, it's just like money is security. He's really not happy when he's not working, when he's not making money. I don't know what kind of childhood he had. I don't know if he's spoken about his childhood or anything, because I don't really keep up with all of his interviews and everything, but I get this sense that when he was younger, sort of I guess it would count as childhood, wouldn't it, teenage years, I get this feeling of like a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. I don't know if he was the oldest child, or if there was some sort of his role in the family somehow became all about him kind of taking on responsibility. But there's some sort of, it wasn't a fun role either. He didn't enjoy that, I don't think. It feels just like stress. And just he couldn't really do the things he wanted to do when he was younger because he had certain responsibilities. Just see if there's anything else. I just like hear in my head of him just being like, why do I have to do this? Like, why is this my responsibility? Ignore any noise, please. My neighbours have just come out of their place and are playing music. Yeah, there's a lot of kind of stress. I do think as he's got older, he has been able to figure out how to kind of like pause that feeling so that it doesn't overwhelm him as much. But it's very I don't know if he gets like muscle aches or like shoulder pain going up into like his head from stress. Like, it's like, that's just the way it feels. It's like stress causing this. So I think my next question is just going to be like, what does he think about Legacies? I feel like I always ask that question when I do a reading on like any of the TVD cast, but I just want to see what they all think. So what does he think about Legacies? What does he think about Legacies? What does he think? Okay. He hasn't seen a ton of Legacies. I don't get the feeling that he watches it like every week. He hasn't seen every episode or anything like that. But yeah, he's just kind of like, he thinks it's got a lot of good ideas. He thinks that it's not a bad show. I just don't really see him having a lot of emotions or thoughts about the show. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know if I think his wife maybe has seen a bit more of the show than he has. But it's just, there's no bad feelings there. I get the impression as well. I don't know if Legacies uses like the same crew members that were used on like TVD and the originals. But I get the impression that like he knows people who are on the set now. So I'm assuming they use some of the same crew or something like that. Because I feel like he knows people who are working on Legacies, like in the crew, and he's happy that they're working. He's happy that the franchise is continuing to go on, but he doesn't really have a ton of emotions about. Yeah, he doesn't really have a ton of emotions about the show. Will he ever appear on Legacies? Because I know there were rumours going around a few months ago, like him and Nina Dobrev and Paul Wesley would appear again, but let's see. Will he ever appear on Legacies? Will he ever be on Legacies? And there he is, it's Sagittarius, King of Wands. Will he ever appear on Legacies? I feel like he's in the place of starting new projects. So just based on the way his energy is right now, he wouldn't really be interested in going back. He also, just to be honest, he doesn't want the drama. He doesn't want, because, you know, I mean, a lot of people who are into the show were very into, like, the drama between him and Nina Dobrev. A lot of people attacked his marriage. That was my dog snoring, my God. So he just doesn't want that drama, like, he doesn't want it. But if they did offer him enough money, if they offered him a lot of money, he would consider it strongly. But it would have to be like a lot of money for him to go back for a cameo or a guest appearance. Like it would be a ton of money. So I don't know whether their budget would allow them to do that. So let's see now. Let's see what does he think of Nina Dobrev? How does he feel about Nina Dobrev? What does he think about her? What does he think about their relationship? What do you think about Nina Dobrev? I'm pretty sure his wife, because I looked up their astrological signs before this, I'm pretty sure his wife is like an earth sign. I think she's a Taurus. So this would be her popping up when I ask about Nina Dobrev. Moved on. Yeah. I just feel like he's really happy with Nikki Reed. Even when I ask about this, like, when I ask about Nina Dobrev, his energy is bringing up Nikki Reed. Let me just see. What does he feel for Nina Dobrev? What does he think about her? It's just like, it's like moved on energy. Let me see. What does he think about Nina Dobrev? Devil. When they were together, I think it was quite frustrating because I feel like he thought that she didn't know what she wanted, like out of life, out of the relationship. It's like, oh, she didn't know where she wanted it to go. She didn't know what she wanted from the relationship. She was more interested in having fun, whereas he wanted to settle down. He wanted to build a family, build a home. Anything else? Okay, there's a few cards. Okay, it's just not really, there's not really anything there to really speak about. Like, he's just kind of like, he thinks she's kind of quite extroverted, and she, you know, she's not a homebody. She doesn't really want to stay at home as much as I think he does. He just, there's not a lot of care here. There's not a lot of feelings or thoughts. They don't talk. I feel like there's opportunities for them to talk, because, I mean, they have mutual friends, and stuff like that. There's opportunities for them to talk, but they avoid each other. The stress of like dating co-worker was very stressful. I think when they broke up, he just felt like she didn't know what she wanted, and that frustrated him. But then again, he is older than her, so of course he kind of knows what he wants, because he was like, I think 10 years older than her. Yeah, he doesn't. Lovers reverse. There's no feelings here. I know some people still like to be like, oh, they're still in love, but there's no feelings. There's no feelings there. At least no romantic ones. It's just, yeah, there's no love there anymore. He's just moved on. I mean, Nikki Reed immediately popped out as soon as I asked about Nina Dobrev, so it's like he's moved on. Okay, so I think just to end the reading, because I really don't want this to be long, I think someone asked me, what does he think of Joseph Morgan? So what does he think of Joseph Morgan? They get along very well, but it's behind closed doors. Like they aren't out in public together. They don't do like social media stuff together, but they do get along very well. There are phone calls between them. He thinks Joseph Morgan is like very, what is the word I'm looking for? Very kind of financially smart. Like he's been smart with his money, which I think Ian Somerhalder respects anyone that's smart with their money. Yeah, it's just like they get along, they're fine with each other. No issues there. So that's you know, that's the reading. Thank you for watching, and that's it.